Hi everyone. Hi, welcome again to the final day of this workshop. Guys, how are you all? So anyone from the audience can please confirm me whether you can listen me good or not. Just write if all good, just write good in the comment box so I will able to understand that okay you guys can listen me. Still waiting for your response. Good evening Gopal. Good evening. Thanks for joining on this final day also. Can you listen me? Is my sound clear? Am I audible enough for you guys? Am I? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Gopal. Thank you. Thank you so much that I am audible enough. So before getting started to this final day of this webinar, I want to tell you a few of the things like this final day is completely about a little bit about animation and also about how you can render your images, render your designs inside Fusion 360. So whatever the designs you are making, even if it is made in some other software, and if you want to render those images in Fusion 360, that also we can do that. So I think someone from the audience in the last live stream has asked me about whether I'm going to teach CAM or not. I think Suresh, welcome Suresh, welcome to the final day. I think Suresh has asked that whether we are going to cover this CAM thing or not. But so I just want to clarify that I'm not going to cover the CAM tool workspace because I'm not experienced with that workspace. I don't have much experience with that workspace, so I will able to teach you. So I'm still learning that one, and the day I will feel that I'm ready for with the CAD CAM also. So maybe I will do a small webinar about that, but for now there will be no CAM only. uh, Today we are just going to cover the animation part and the rendering part. Also, as a surprise, I had kept a small uh, I had kept yeah uh, Okay, so for the today's surprise, I had kept certification for all those people who had participated for all the 5 days during this workshop. I'm going to give you a certificate of participation for all this 5 day, and I believe that during all this 5 day, you are able to learn lots of things about Fusion 360, that how this software works and what values it will make to your career or it will make to your portfolio. So it's really important that you come and join this video, because in the middle of the video I'm going to explain that what are the things you have to do to get that certification. Okay, so just give me 1 minute. I had to make a post on LinkedIn, and then we'll start, and then we'll move to the animation workspace. So just a second guys. So till now, if you have any questions, just put in the comment box. I'm here to answer them. So don't miss this chance to ask all of your doubts and questions, because after this you will only able to find me on the on my Discord channel, but that also will be not will be there also. I will not be responding immediately, but here for now, for these 5 days I am responding immediately. So just ask your questions and doubts. Okay, so now we are back to our Fusion 360. So I can see that Raghavendran is here also. Raghavendran has also joined us today also. So welcome Raghavendran, welcome to this workshop. So we'll move forward as I promised. So till now, from the day 1 to the day 4, we had learned about how we can set up our Fusion 360, how we can save our files, And Ravindran asking that will these live videos stays in YouTube always? Can we see it anytime later? Yes, you can see it anytime later, because uh, I don't want to waste all of my work I did for this workshop. So I had just uploaded this in the YouTube also. So anytime you can come and go and watch those videos and keep practicing Fusion 360. So it's free for all of you. It's available for all of you. There is no limitations, and only for the certification purpose, those who will remain in this workshop will able to know that how you can get certified. I will share the process, you have to follow that, and uh, only those persons who will follow the process will able to get the certification. So it's like that only. Okay, we'll now move to the Fusion 360. I was talking that from day 1 to day 5 we had learned about how we can set up Fusion 360, how we can navigate through the user interface of Fusion 360. Then we had learned about the sketching, the process of sketching, the correct process of sketching. Then we had learned about the 3D modeling, like the simple 3D modeling processes. I had given a small overview of few of the tools, and I left few of the tools for you, so you just come and practice. And we had also talked about little bit about the materials, little bit about the appearance, how we can apply appearance to our Fusion 360 projects. So these are the things we did. So today we are going to do some join. We are going to join some parts, like we are going to make a small assembly. The parts are already prepared by me. We are just going to assemble those parts, and see how we can assemble the things, and we'll also prepare a small animation of that assembly, and also we'll do rendering. When I say rendering, I mean the photorealistic image, how we can produce image that will look more realistic, that we can present to our customer, or we can use it for the marketing purpose. So those are the things we are going to do today. So we'll just move forward. Before that, I will just open the parts that I had prepared. So I will go to my folder here. Here you can see that was my project folder. Inside that, I will find that project. So here you can see this is the project folder that I had created. That is not created by me actually. Here you can see these all files are created by one of my student. He is from, I believe, he's from Germany, and I used to teach him about Fusion 360. And Eh, uh, I take weekly class, weekly 2 classes for him, and he is getting good improvement in his Fusion 360 skill. And since he is just I believe 12 years old, and is still able to grab lots of things about Fusion 360, because the software is very easy to learn. And after completing those tasks, he has came up with this kind of models. As you can see, he had made those assemblies and everything. So all things were done by him only. All the parts here you can see on my data panel here has been prepared by him only. Okay, I can see the Mukul has also joined. Good evening, Mukul. Good evening. Thank you so much for joining again. So here you can see this has been prepared by my student. If you see the design, this is the assembly, and it has multiple parts. Here you can see we got almost 6 parts that he had prepared. And I used to teach him about Fusion 360. I had just started teaching him from the scratch. He don't have knowledge about any other CAD software, and just in I think after 1 or 2 months, since he is a kid, I am just able to teach him 1 hour in a day. I think in a week just 2 hours. So this way he came up with this kind of result in just a month, I think. So this is the assembly file he had created by all the parts, joining all the parts. Then he had also created this animation. Here you can see, if I play this animation, how the things are working. So see, how is it? So he's just a 12-year student, yeah, and since he is very much dedicated about learning, so he is grabbing lots of things very easily. So here you can see the progress, this kind of animation he had created. So you can even since we are all graduate mechanical engineers here, or even not engineers, we are all graduate here. So I believe that we will be able to create more advanced assemblies and animations and realistic images. But yeah, okay, but we have to start from some basics, right? So I will just go on to design back again. So since the parts are already here, so I'm just going to use those parts, and we are going to create this assembly. So for now I will just close this one, and I will just open the first part. So the first part is the base that we are going to open. So I will just navigate to the base part. Which one is the base part? I think this one is the base part. So I will just open this one, and I will go to designer space. Just ignore these processes. I'm deleting everything for now from here. So we will able to start from scratch. Yeah, yes. So here you can see. So yeah, so here you can see this is my single body here, this is my base part, and we are going to bring all the other parts inside this part, and we are going to assemble, and we are going to assemble all the things using the multiple parts, right? So all the parts separately we had already prepared. We had prepared this base part, then we had prepared this base plates also. So all of them are very simple parts. You can easily create those parts inside Fusion 360. They are very simple parts. So this design is actually a bench vise. That is, if you are aware of the mechanical equipment, this device is used to clamp any of the part on your bench, so you can do any kind of machining operation over that. It may be either grinding or sand process. So these are the things you can do. So here you can see we had all the parts here, then the vice jaw. So I will just open and show you all the parts. So here you can see this is a vice jaw, then a base plate, then a base, and then we also have jaw screw. Here you can see this is the jaw screw. Then we also had a handle screw bar. Here you can see this is my screw bar. So all you can see, those are very simple paths. We just few steps and we will able to create those paths. So, and there is a last part, that is this globe that will go to the end of the handle. Here you can see. So those are just easy part that we had created in Fusion 360, and now we are going to assemble all the parts and create an assembly like I showed you just few minutes ago. So we'll start from this part. So before whenever you are done modeling your any of your parts inside Fusion 360, so the last thing you have to do, here you can see we had just finished preparing this model, and we had few sketches to create this model, and then a single body that we had prepared using all the extrude operations, cut operations, fillet and chamfers. So finally we are able to achieve this model, right? And before, if you want to assemble multiple parts, then you always have to take care of that. When you are done creating the part, you just come over to this body option here and just expand this body option from here and go to your body and make a right click, and here you can see an option called create component from bodies. So I will just click on here, and here you can see the body folder has been removed from here and a new component folder has been created, and inside that you will find your body. Here is my body. So whenever you start doing the assemblies inside Fusion 360, it's really important that you convert all of your body to component. So the same process we have to do on all the bodies here right now. So what I will do, I will just go on all the paths. So since this is already converted as a component, so we'll delete that. We'll go to the body and we'll make a right click and we'll click on the convert create component from bodies. So here you can see the component, it has been converted to component, and inside that you will find your body. So it is basically we are creating a separate component from this model. Just forget about it, don't get confused. Just convert your bodies to component if you want to begin assembly. So the same way I will do for all my parts. So all the other parts here you can see they are already converted to components, so I will just leave it. And for other all, I will just recheck that whether I had all the part as a component or not. Yeah, we had all the part as a component, and all the parts has saved as well. I have to make sure that all the parts are saved. So here you can see all the paths are saved, and we had our first component as this base plate component. Here you can see. So before getting started, what we have to do, the first thing, whenever you start doing assemblies even in your real life, you have to fix the base part, right? Then you will start assemblies using the other parts. Otherwise the base part will keep moving and you will find it very difficult in adjusting the assemblies, right? So the first thing we have to do is we have to fix this part, right? So to fix this part, it's very simple. Just select your component, make a right click, and here you can see an option called ground. Can you see that? The ground itself self-explanatory, that you will able to ground your object. I mean, you will able to fix your object at a particular place. So right now, if you can see, if I just click on the body, I am able to move it anywhere inside the space. If I will just turn on the origin, here you can see I'm able to move my body anywhere on the object, on the space, but I don't want to move it. So I will just revert my movement, and I will just make a right click from here, and I will click on this ground option from here. So here you can see on the icon here, pin has been uh, here you can see the pin icon here. This shows that this part has been grounded. It's like uh, putting any of your paper on a board, right? You used to pin, you use pin to fix that paper on the board, right? In the similar manner, we had applied that pin here, and we had fixed that body to the ground. Now if I try to move this body, we will not be able to move that. Now this means this body is completely fixed on this design work environment at a particular center, or wherever it is. If you whenever you will apply this here, and it will get fixed. And even in the design history, we got that history that yeah, this is the position where we had fixed that part. If we delete it from here, the parts will the part if I delete it from here just by selecting and deleting, it will again free to move inside the workspace. So we have to make sure that every time whenever we are starting assembly, we'll first thing we do is we'll ground the part, right? So first we'll revert the position, and we'll ground the part. Here you can see it has been grounded, so it will not be able to move. The next thing is that we have to bring our other parts into this design, right? So the next thing we are going to bring is this vice jaw. Here you can see this design. So how we can bring that part inside that design? So that we can do from the data panel. So I will explore that part. So this is the vice jaw. For now I will just close all my parts from here, so the things will be easy to understand. Here you can see. Now I will just make a right click on this data panel, and an option, I will use this option called insert into current design. Can you see that? Can all of you guys can see that? Insert into current design. If you can see, just write okay in the comment box. Just write okay in the comment box, so I will able to understand. Okay, you can see what I am doing. Okay, so we'll just make a right click here, and we'll click on the insert into current design. And the moment I had clicked on insert into current design, it will just take few seconds, and here you can see the part has been inserted into current design, but the position right now is not correct, right? So we also got these all the three movement controls. So we'll able to move our parts, we'll able to rotate our parts to bring it in a correct position. So I will just rotate it by 90 degree in this direction, and then I will also rotate it in this direction by 90 degree. So here you can see now it is in correct position, but it has to be fit here, right, on this space. So that I will do. So I will just turn off the origin for here from now. So here is the part, it is still floating around the space, and it is free to move inside the space. If I just click on the part, if I drag here, you can see it's free to move. But we want to apply the assembly between this part and this part. Since this part is already fixed, so we just have to bring this part somewhere here on the correct position, right? So how we can do that? So we can do that using this assembly tool workspace that we had not discussed earlier. So today we are going to discuss that space. Also in the design tree here, you can see that the part that I had inserted into this design is coming up with a chain icon here. Can you see that? This means that this part has not been drawn here. It has been drawn in some other file, and the link chains just shows that it is just related part in this design. It is not actually here. So in the icon itself here, you can see that this icon shows that this component has been imported from some other file. So this also you have to always have to take care. If you want to remove that chain, so you can just make a right click and click on break link, but don't do this, because anytime if you want to update this model, just go on to the basic part and update that, and this will automatically get updated. That I will show you how we can do that. But for now we are just okay, I will show that also. So let's say we had this part, right, and we'll click on capture position here for now. And let's say we had imported this part from some other design, and we'll open the original design first. Let's see, we'll open the original design. This is the original design, right? And this design we had just inserted into this. So this is just image of that design. This is it. This part is not actually here, it is just an image. So here you can see that for now the circle radius is 6 millimeter, right? Sorry, diameter radius is 6 millimeter, right? If I change in the original design this circle diameter, see what happened. I will change that. I will see which one is used to create that design. Yeah, so I, instead of 12, I will just make it 10. Here you can see, if I click on the finish here, the design has been updated here. It is 10 now. Here you can see the radius is 5 now. If I click on save here, that will automatically reflect into my assembly. So you can see the error icon here. This shows this small yellow icon shows that this part has been updated in the original file, and that must be reflected here. Since it is not updated here, that's why it is showing me an error. So whenever you will get this option, just click on here to update it. So the moment I had clicked on here, it has been updated, and now you can see this is also 5 radius, right? From the 6 it has changed to 5. So that is the benefit of inserting design from the other file. So anytime you can update your design, you can just go to the original part and you will update your paths, and that will reflect in the assembly. So this way we can do the things. So I will just put it back because I will just make it 12 again. So I don't want to make it change here. I will click on save, and I will close this part. I don't need this to be opened. Even you can keep it open, but that will just put extra processing power to your PC, so that I don't want to do. So I, here you can see I had updated the part. Now it is 6 back again, radius is 6. Now we are going to assemble these two parts. So here you can see this part is like it is going to fit on this surface, and it will keep moving between this face and this face, right? So it will keep moving like this, and it will also sit on this surface here. About how we can assemble this thing. So the very simple process, just activate your joints from here and then select the first part that you want to assemble. So I will select this top point. I think the top will match, right? So this will be the best point. So here you can see at the moment I am moving my cursor, I'm automatically getting the points, right, the reference point, the suggested point by Fusion 360. So what I will do, I will just select this top point here, and also I have to make sure that I have to select that this point when this face is active, not when this top face is active. So when this face is active, I will select this top point. Here you can see. As a similar manner, I will select here also when this face is active, I have to click on this top middle point, not when this face is active. So we have to take care of that. So this is my second point. So here you can see the part has just fixed here. Now we have to apply the movement constraint here. So first of all, here you can, if I go to my motions here, right now a rigid joint has been applied. This means this part will not be able to move. Here you can see, but we had to change that joint to a slider kind of thing, right? So for that we had different kind of joint options here. So we also got a slider option, so we'll just activate that, and here you can see we are able to slide, right? But now we are able to slide even after the part. If I animate the joint from here, here you can see so the wall limitations we also have to provide. So for now I will just click OK. Okay, so here you can see the moment I had clicked OK, new joint folder has been created, right now it is turned on off. If I turn it on, here you can see this slider joint has been applied between these two components, the first component and then the base second component. So we'll expand that joint, and inside that joint, this is my joint that I had applied. So the first joint, so to apply the boundaries, this boundary we have to apply. So to apply that boundary, we'll just make a right click on this slider joint here, and then we got a option here, right? We got an option to edit joint limits. So we'll able to apply the joint limits in which it can do its movement. So I will click on here to apply the joints limit. And so the first thing we have to do is we have to apply maximum then minimum, right? So first I will just click on here to revert and make a right click and click on the edit joint limits, and the minimum will be this position, right, the 0 0, and the maximum will be, so we have to figure it out that how much we want to go to maximum. So instead I will write the dimension here, maybe 60, not 60, maybe 65, not 65, 64. Yeah, 64 is working. Here you can see it is just touching the other part. So 64 is good, and then I will press OK. So now you can see we had applied the joint. If I just go on to the joints here and will animate the joint, here you can see we are able to move, but we are not able to move between the boundaries. So I think we have to change. So we'll go to the joint limits, and oh, okay, so this is also changed to 60, but we want to keep it as a 0, right? And this one we want to keep at as 64. And if I animate here, you can see whether I am in the right limits. So yes, we are in right limits. It's between 0 and 64. Even we'll check from the side view whether we are able to touch the both faces or not. So yeah, we are able to touch both the faces. So we can just write OK, and we'll check also. Yeah, so now my joints has been applied, the right joints have been applied between this body, and we have also joined the correct joint limits. So this is how you can assemble two parts and also apply the limits in which it can move. So this way we got this simulation of the two between the two parts, and so we'll leave it like this. Then the next thing is to we have to bring in our third part, that is the jaw screw, the screw that will go from here to here, and will work as a screw that we used to rotate to fix any part between here, somewhere here on this jaw. So I will just make a right click on that part here, and we'll click on insert into current design, the same process. So here you can see the part has been inserted, and it will take few seconds because it's we are just importing that part into this part. So just the image is coming, but still it will, since it's all thing is working on the internet, so it will just take few seconds. So I will just move it in a correct position, so we'll able to see the part correctly. So this is just I'm just doing this approximately, this is not accurate thing, just to bring it in a correct position. At the final we can apply all the things, right? So I will just press OK here. So here is the part. Now we have to apply joint between this part and this part. So this time we have to make sure that this part is fixed, not fixed with this part. This part and this part will keep rotating with each other, and also with this part it will keep rotating with each other. But the face of this part will be touching to the face of the other part. I will show you which part. Uh, it must be facing touching to the face of this face, right? So this face and this face will touch each other, right? So we have to apply the joints here again. So we'll go to here on the joints, we'll click on here, then we'll select the first part face, the center point, and you can see it is automatically giving me all the options, right, to apply the joints. And then I will go on here to select the center point of this face, and the moment I had clicked here, you can see the part has come here. But this time I want motion as revolute. I just want it to rotate inside this part, nothing else, but it will remain fixed with this part, right? If I press OK here, you can see I'm able to move it like this, but I'm also able to rotate this part. So this is the right joint I had applied. This is the correct way to apply this part. So here you can see. So this way we can just screw this part by rotating, and we'll able to move it forward and backward, and we'll be able to clamp any object between the vise, right? Between the bench vise, between the claws of the, between the jaw of the bench vise. So this way we can, we had applied two parts and applied the assemblies, and the moment I had pressed OK here, you can see the next part has also been applied here, next kind of joint inside joint folder. So the moment we'll keep adding the parts, the new, here you can see this is also imported from some other part. We can identify that by using this chain option here, chain icon here. So this means that this part has been imported into this design. So in the same manner we'll just move forward. Before that, what I will do, I will just put it like this. I will click on here to capture position. Every time when I move the part, a option you got here to capture the position. If you want to capture this position, you want to keep this part in this position, then just press capture position. If you want to go back in the default position, just click on revert like this. So that is also recorded in the design history, right? So make sure that whatever the steps you are taking, whatever the permission you are giving will be get recorded in the design history. So anytime you can just come back and change the things. So the next thing we are going to bring in here is this screw bar here. So I will just make a right click and click on insert into current design. So the same process, same similar process. So only here you can see, but this part is going to fit in a different manner like this in the vertical position. And I will just bring it out here like this, and I will press OK. So here you can see this is my part. So this part is going to fit inside this hole, right? So for that, again we'll apply the joint, then we'll select the point, the center point of this bar. It is just automatically giving me a snap, so I will just select that, and then I have to apply that joint on the center part of this hole, right? So from the side view I will able to get that. uh, just a second, if I can get that. Yeah, this is the part, this is the point, right? So I will just click on that. So here you can see it will automatically get aligned into that point. And again, for this time also we want this motion as a revolute. We want it to be moving, we want it to be rotating, so we'll keep it like this. Since the rotation is not visible because the part is very symmetrical, but it is rotating, right? If I animate the things, here you can see in the preview it shows, right? If I press OK, here you can see that part has been also been imported. And if I just, I'm able to move it like this, so we got all kind of freedom here inside the part. So it's very simple and very easy to animate the things, and it also looks very realistic, right, inside this Fusion 360. So the next, we'll click on this capture position. So the next and the last part is to bring on these balls that will go on the both the edges of this bar. So I will just click on here and we'll click on insert into current design. Again, same process. Someone from the audience manages, I think, can we drag these parts in the assembly or not? So here you can see we can also do that, right? We'll just click on the part and drag it like this and it will get inserted. Here you can see. So that is also possible. It's just you open the Fusion 360 and try out yourself. It's if it's possible you will able to do, if not possible you will not be able to do, but it is just a few clicks away, right? You just make a right click and click on the insert to current design. Also you can just drag, if you just want to save maybe half of your seconds, then you can do like that also. So it's completely on you. Then we have to apply this part with this person. So we'll click on OK in the position here right now, and we'll activate our join tool from here you can see. And then we have to, we'll select this face. The center face is automatically snapping, and then we'll apply that to this face, right? Center face of this face. And so the ball will automatically come here, but we want it to be reverted, so I will click on this flip here, so it will get reverted. Even we'll move it little bit towards upward, maybe by few millimeters, uh, like this, by -2 millimeters. And now this ball we want it to be fixed, right? We don't want it to be rotating. So in the motion we'll apply the rigid joint and we'll press OK. Here you can see we had just did that. We'll repeat the process again on the other part, other side also. So the same process, we'll just activate the joint. We'll select the center of this side and the center of this side, and it is applied, and we'll just move it by 2 millimeters outside and we'll press OK. Here you can see now my part is completely ready. And if I click on this capture position, here you can see we are able to move it like this, and even we are able to, I believe we can rotate, right? Yeah, we can rotate also. So here you can see we can rotate also, we can move forward and backward also. So these are the things we can do. So what is the total file size of this software, sir? Manas is asking that file size of this software. So I don't know, maybe it is 700 MB or less than that. I believe it is 700 megabytes. So you can just go and download from the Autodesk website. It's really small, and it will just take few minutes to install, and it will also need an Autodesk account. And from all the audience right now, whoever watching my this live stream right now, I want one more favor from you guys, that if you are a Autodesk member, right, if you had already created the Autodesk account, that then I had if you guys are following me over the LinkedIn, that then I believe that you guys have seen that I had applied for the, every year Autodesk is organizing a Autodesk University event, right, AU event, and they are doing lots of free webinars, free lessons and everything. So this year I had also applied, also means proposed a proposal to speak in that event about about Fusion 360. So I want you to support you guys. So I'm just going to share that link with you, so you can go, and what you have to do is just go open your Autodesk account, log in into your Autodesk account, and go to my the link I had shared and vote me. Right? If you the more number of votes I will get, it's more the chances that my proposal will get accepted. Otherwise, I will if my proposal got rejected, I will not be able to speak inside Autodesk University. So it's all free, but the reason I'm doing this is I'm able to reach more audience, right? More number of students, more number of people who wants to learn Fusion 360. So that's why I'm doing. I will share that with you guys also. So just give me a second. I will find that link and I will show you where you can do it. I will post that in the comment box also, so you guys can just go and vote for me. So that will be really helpful for me to speak in the Autodesk event. So in that event, I'm going to speak about the enclosure designs. If you are following my work, you can see that I'm doing lots of enclosure designs, like for the different kind of electronics, PCB, and all these things. So I'm able to do that, right? I'm able to explain the process, that how I am doing this, what are the consideration I am making while designing this enclosures. And I will also talk about 3D printing, that what is the correct approach to do your designing when you are designing something for 3D printing as well. So what are the limitations you have to consider when you are designing for 3D printing. So these are the things I'm going to speak in that event, but it is only possible if my proposal got accepted. If I got rejected, then I have to wait for the next year, right? Because every year they are organizing such event. So I'm just going to give you that link. Just give me a second. Yeah, I got it. So here it is. So you can see that this is the event that I had applied for, the 3D printable PCB enclosure design. You guys can see it, right? Using Autodesk Fusion 360. So I will just copy this link. You just have to come here and click on this vote option, click on the recommend option here. So you can see I already got 9 recommendation here, but the more recommendation I get, the more chances will be that my proposal will got accepted and will get a chance to speak on behalf of Autodesk. So in this way I will able to help you guys more if the Autodesk will keep supporting me. Yes. So uh, what you have to do is just I will just post that in the comment box. Here you can see, and you just have to go to that link and click on the recommend. Okay, now we are back to our work now inside Fusion 360. So here you can see we had finished our this assembly process, and here you can see we had applied around 1 2 3 4 5 kind of joints to this all 6 components. These are all 6 components. Here you can see 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 components, right? Including this base model, right? Including this base model. So this is how we can do the joints inside Fusion 360, and we can assemble the products. So I think I had explained to you about this joint thing, assembly thing. So will now the time to move forward to the rendering portion, how we can create, apply uh, appearance to my model, and we'll able to generate some realistic images. And after that we'll talk about animations. So before moving on, I also want to tell you how you can get certification, the certification for this workshop. What are the things you have to do? So for that, what you have to do is just go to my website, and here is my website. I will show you. Here you can see, here is my website. You just have to go to the events here. You can see that you just go on to the events here. Then inside this event, I had already added a section called get your certification. If you click on here, you will get a form. You just have to submit your information like name, email, and contact details, and that's it. Because the way I am doing this the way I am doing this process in video is like, because I don't want everyone to get certified. Those who are also not attending will get certified, because they are not watching the videos regularly. I just want all of you to watch. Only those people will get certified who are watching my videos regularly. So that's why I had made it like that. So just come over here on the events page, click on to the get your certification link here, and then fill out your details. And uh, maybe a day after tomorrow you will get your certifications for the participations, right? So this is how you can do. If I can see Mukul is writing done. Okay, Mukul, thank you so much for supporting for the Autodesk event. Thank you so much, guys, because even a single vote matters for me. I don't know who are all the competitors submitting the proposals and how many votes they are getting, but uh, if you guys are supporting me, that is really enough for me. Even if I got rejected, that doesn't matter, because you guys had already supported me, and you guys has interacted me very well, so I'm really thankful for that. So we'll now just move to our Fusion 360 now, back again. So I had showed you how we can get the certification, we can apply for the certifications, right? So we are back again inside Fusion 360. So we'll just close this startup panel for now, and we will off this sketch from here, we'll off these joints from here, and we'll just keep it like this. Right here you can see. So just leave the components visible and turn off rest of the things, so this way we'll able to see our models only, right? And here you can see we got extra globe here, so we have to delete that also. So just select this one and make a right click and click on delete. Can you see that delete option? Yeah, so here it is. So that's why we were getting extra one more component here, because accidentally we had inserted that component. No problem. So now we'll go to this modify option here. So here we got our appearance tool. So that is the way we can produce some realistic images. So we'll click on this appearance. So I will strongly recommend you to, whenever you are doing some product design or anything like that, so always try to make all of your corners fillet. Means what I mean by that, don't try to keep anything sharp in your model. Right here you can see I had lots of sharp edges here, so it's not a good practice. But since this model was already prepared, so I will leave it like that. But you always take care that whenever you are doing some actual product designing, just try to apply fillets on all the edges. Never leave any of the edges as sharp, right? Just apply fillet at least by 1 mm, or apply at least fillet of minimum of 0.8 millimeters, not less than that, in if you are doing it for 3D printing. And even if you are doing it for rendering, apply a fillet of at least 1 millimeter, right? So that will be a very good practice. Then we'll go to the here you can see we had opened the appearance tab here, and in the appearance we got different kind of material appearances here that is already been inserted by Autodesk, that has been already been designed by Autodesk. Here you can see we got custom kind of different kind of materials categorized in different types here. So we got liquid, metal, mirror, paint, and lots of things. For this I'm just going to use the plastic, so I will click on the plastic here. Not the plastic, I think this is one of the metal part, right? So I will go to the metal here, and then we got the iron part here, so I will just expand it, the iron part. Inside iron we got the cast iron part here, so I will keep that. Then I will also got the polished part here, so I will keep that also. And then we'll move forward and see what else part I have. We also got the aluminum parts, so just leave it. I will take the bronze one also, and I will take the aluminium part also, one of the aluminium, this blue one. Yeah. So here you can see we had kept all the options. So to apply to the bodies, you have to make sure that this body option is selected, or body slash component, since all the things here are as a component. So make sure that that option is turned on. So here you can see that is turned on. So I just whatever the materials that I had just collected here, I just have to drag materials and apply on the components. Either I can apply from here, or we can also apply from here. So here you can see this way. Here you can see how easy it is. Just go and drag on your parts, and you will able to apply your materials. Here you can see it's pretty easy, it's pretty fast also. And I will just keep this one also. This looks good, and I apply on this. So here you can see I had applied all the appearance materials here. And just give me a second. I got few comments here. Manes is asking that, sir please एक वर्कशॉप 3D printing का भी करिए. Yes, Manis, sir, I will do one more workshop. Yeah, because 3D printing is also I am passionate about. So maybe in the near future I will be doing more organized 3D printing workshop, because very less people in India is doing workshops on 3D printing, real 3D printing. You know, everyone is just selling their printers and everything. No one is talking about the aspects of 3D printing, the bits and bytes of 3D printing. So definitely I will do that for the FDM printers, for the desktop FDM printers. And thanks for the suggestion. And again, Gopal is saying that okay, okay. Just put your comments, guys. No problem. If you are already aware, no problem. I will just keep answering your questions. That's not an issue. And then Gaurav is saying that thank you for teaching us Fusion 360. I have two Gmail accounts. I have subscribed your channel from both accounts. Those who are reading these comments, please subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much, Gaurav, for so much support. Uh, it's fine that you guys are also trying to increase my subscriber, but that really don't matter for me, because for now I only consider that making the correct audience that will get benefited from my videos is really important. So this is my main target right now, main goals right now. So this is what I am doing right now, so you guys can learn the things from me. You guys can learn the tools from me. You guys can learn. We can collaborate on some projects in the future. So this is what I'm trying to do now. So okay, so we are finalizing the material. Here you can see we had just applied the appearances on the body on all the parts. So now I think this is how you can apply the appearances. You got all the options here. Just keep it in here and then drag on your body. So it's really simple. Just close this one when you are done and click on the save your part, and we are done. So for the design workspace, for the assembly we are done. The applying the appearances we are done. Now the time to produce some good images, right? The better looking images. This one looks like a 3D model, right? This doesn't look like a realistic image. So what I will do, I have to change my design working environment from here now. So I will go to the design option from here. Then we got this render design workspace here, you can see. So all the realistic photorealistic images that we can create using inside this render workspace only. So when I will click on here you can see the tools has been changed and everything has been changed, right? Even the appearance of your screen has changed, the UI has been changed, and only thing that remains here is this design tree, right? Even the design history is gone. So this is how you can see your render workspace. This is my render workspace. So what I have to do now is I will go on to click on this setup here. Then I had already applied the appearance. The next thing is I have to prepare my scene settings. So I will click on here to set my scenes. Where you can see the moment I had clicked on this scene settings, this is the options we got. These are the options we got. So Gopal is saying that okay guys, uh, it's not really necessary that whatever the appearances will we are applying, it's is also we have to use that material to develop the final product, right? So I already told you in the last video that material and appearance is different thing. So the material is actually applying the realistic material, but appearance is just the visualization of the body. So right now we are just talking about the appearance, not about the material, right? Material I had already discussed in the fourth live stream, right? So how we can apply material and what is the benefit of that. So material is completely different thing, and this appearance is completely different thing. Appearance is just to create better looking view of your 3D model. Okay. So here you can see. So now we had opened the scene setting, and inside the scene setting here the first option is brightness. So we can increase the brightness and decrease the brightness as per our 3D model to control it. Then we got the position here. So this is actually position of the ground. So right now it is at 0, 0, 0. It means it is touching the bottom. If you want to increase it further, we can increase it, but not required for now. So we'll keep it as at a 0. Then we got the background. Right now in the background you can see just the gray image, right? This means that it has a solid background. We can also change that to environment. So few of the environments here we got. If you go to the environment library, first we have to change this to environment here, then we have to go to the environment library, and here are, you can see by default Fusion 360 is already providing few of the environments. So these are already the active environments, and these are not active. These we have to download. So it will just take few seconds. If I click on here to download option here, it will get downloaded. Here you can see. So the once it is downloaded, what you have to do to apply to this background, just drag this one and place it on the background, and just leave it on anywhere on the background, and it will just take few seconds to reflect. Here you can see the background has been changed, right? Previously it was just solid, but now I had changed to the environment and I had used this environment. Even I can apply this the different environments, like I can apply this filled environment also, so that will replace the old environment like this. Here you can see, so how quickly I am able to change my environments. Now I will just come back to our settings again. Then we got this ground plane that is turned on, since here you can see the object is just touching the ground. Just because it is turned on, if I turn off, it will go a little bit upward. And then we can also click on this flatten ground, but that is not required. Then we can turn on the reflection, but since the ground is made up of here you can see in the preview it is made up of bricks, so the reflection will not work, because the reflection will only work in some shiny surfaces, right? So these things you can decide by common sense. Then all the time we have to keep this as a perspective. Okay, don't keep it as orthographic, just keep it as a perspective, because in real life objects everything is perspective. And then we got the focal length, so this we can adjust like this. Here you can see, but I always keep it as a default. So anytime if I just change the settings, I can click on this reset restore default, and then we got some few more settings here that you can play with. So for now I will just keep my environment back again, and I will change here it as an environment. Here you can see, and the moment I will click on close here you can see the scene settings I had already prepared. And the next thing is decal. So decal is actually inserting any image on any face. So if I activate the decal from here you can see it give me option to insert any image on this 3D model. So I can click on the insert from my computer. I will select that. I will select any of the image that I want to insert over that. So I will just explore any of the image. Let's say I want to use this image, so I will take this one, I will click on open. So whatever the image you are taking, always try to make it as a png file. So here you can see this. So this way we can keep our image right on any of the face this way. If I press ok, so that image has been applied to that body. So if you don't want the white backgrounds here, so that's why I told you to always use png kind of image format, so it doesn't have a background. So that is the best file format to use it as a logo or something like that. Then we got this texture map control that we are not going to explore right now, because that's a little bit advanced thing. So that my scene setting is ready for now. So if I want to start rendering this piece, so I just have to click on here to start rendering. So even here we called a few different kind of renderings. The one is the in canvas rendering. In canvas rendering is the right now you can see is the canvas right now. If you activate this rendering, the rendering of this model will start on your PC. So whatever the resource required, whatever the processing power required to render this image will start over here only on your PC only. But we also have the different option. This, if you can see, we also got the cloud render option. So if you click on here, you get an option to set all of the settings, like you want high quality, what is the width of the quality you need, what is the height of the quality you need, even the custom size you can select. And the moment you are done with all the settings, so if you click on this render, it will get rendered in your cloud. Here you can see, I can see it from here, it is processing in the background, right? So it will not take your PC resources, but it will render in your cloud. But to render anything in the cloud, you need to have a, here you can see, credits, right? That credit depends upon your Fusion 360 license, what kind of license you have. So I don't prefer to do all the time by this process, because I always do it on PC. So when I am done on with my 3D model, I just click on here in the in canvas render, and here you can see it will start rendering. And if I want the excellent quality, I can drag this to the final, or even on the infinite. So it will keep improving the look of the image. So here you can see, just by applying some basic images, changing the background setting, the custom background, and some basic things like that, and this is the quality we are getting. Here you can see how realistic it is looking for now. So that was a really quick way to prepare your 3D model for the presentation purpose. Here you can see, just by applying simple materials, simple metal kind of appearances, and few settings we had changed. We had just applied a custom background here, and here you can see the result. So you can show your 3D models, very realistic 3D models, to any of your colleagues. You can use it in your resume also, in your portfolio also. So that will really add value, because not just creating 3D model is important in the life of mechanical engineer, in the career of a mechanical engineer. Also, to make it more realistic, and marketing kind of material is also important these days. So just go and explore this tool. So what are the things you can do in the rendering workspace, and that will really add value to your uh, profile. So once you are satisfied with the quality of the rendering, you can just click on here to capture image, and just press OK, and then save that image on your desktop. Here you can see this is my location. I will just go on to my desktop, and I will save that, and it is saved. The moment it is saved, I will just stop rendering, to otherwise it will keep taking my processing power of my PC, and I will go to my desktop, and here you can see this image has been saved, right? So that was really quick, right? That you can create the rendering at very fast. So if you guys if you guys like the process, just press thumbs up on the comment box, or write something, so I will able to understand that you guys have enjoyed this rendering process. Now we'll move forward to the last part of this video. We'll go to the design animation workspace right now. So here you can see we are now in animation workspace. So we'll learn about how we can create the basic animation inside Fusion 360. So before starting that, what I will do is I will go back again on the design workspace. I will move this part here, and then I will click on this capture position. I want to keep it as like this. Then I will move to the animation workspace, and we'll start creating the animation. Okay, so here you can see how we can create animation. So the moment I had entered in this design workspace, so here you can see we got a timeline here, right? So if you guys are creating animation in Photoshop or some other software, you are already aware that there is always a timeline to create animation. So you will able to animate your object based on the frames. So this timeline is actually means capturing your frames. So whatever the steps you are doing here, that will be captured here. So if I go to the home here right now, like this, here you can see, not in this view, maybe I will go to this view. Yeah, so here you can see this is my 3D model position. So I want this first I want this everything to go back, right? So to do that, what I have to do, I will just move my cursor by 2 seconds here, and then I will click on move tool, and then I will move my components like this outside, right? Here you can see, and we'll press OK. Here you can see that move has been recorded here. Then I will move it more by 2 seconds. Then I just want this piece to be coming out, right? Like this. This has also been recorded. Then I will do again move these cursors, and so whatever the steps you are taking to animate your 3D model, that has been recorded here, and you will keep moving your things to deassemble the things, right? So here you can see I will also move this one outside. First I will move this cursor here, and then I will move that part outside like this. Okay, then again I will move this cursor by 3 seconds, and I will rotate this part like this. So here you can see the rotation I had made has been recorded in this format, but the movement has been recorded in this format. So everyone has different kind of icon. So this icon shows that I had moved something, and this icon shows that I had rotated something, right? So I will move it again like this. So now this time I will zoom in a little bit like this. So here you can see that has been captured. So every time when you are done, want to check the things, just check here, click on this play, and see what kind of animation you had made already. Here you can see. So that is amazing, right? That is very amazing. You can able to create such kind of animation in just fraction of seconds. Even you can control the speed. If you drag it and make it smaller, you will able to increase the speed also. Here you can see. If I will just drag it and will just make it smaller, so it will just take few seconds to do the process like this. Even I can drag it and let's see how it is going. So this time the things will be very quick because I had just decreased the spans like this. Also what we can do, if you want to do this all the things at the same time, so just keep it on all the same position. Here you can see just does these things, and if I press OK, here you can see everything will be these all processes will be like moving the objects will be completed in a single shot. So here you can see, and whenever you feel that you are done with this animation, just click on this publish here and click on select your quality of your animation from here, and then press OK, and it will be exported as a AVI file format, right? So AVI file format is actually video format. You can just save it on a computer, and on the desktop I will save it, and when I will go to my desktop, it will just take few seconds to come onto my desktop. And if I will open it with my VLC player, here you can see this is the preview, right? So I believe that it was not for all the processes. For the reason is it is still progressing, right? And I had played that video. Maybe the reason is that. Okay, so this is the process. This was the process to create the animation. So I had explained you about that. So if you have any questions for now, you can just go and ask, because I think we are already running out of time. And if you had not registered for the certification, just go to my website and get yourself registered, so we can just I will able to send you the certificate for participation. And someone is asking, Raghavendra is asking, sir, can we change environment for animation? So for now we can't change environment for animation, so it is just a whiteboard animation, I will say, with a white background. We don't have any such option to change the background for animation, so just forget about that. It is just a basic animation to explain someone that how your product will what are the parts and how they will assemble together. So this is the thing you can do right now inside Fusion 360. If you want to do some advanced kind of animation, then yeah, I believe that you have to move on to some other software like Cinema 4D, or maybe some other animation software like Blender or the things like that. Okay guys, so just ask your questions. So I'm just giving away 5 minutes to ask uh, questions for you guys. So just ask questions if you have any. And uh, if any one of you had not subscribed my channel, just go and subscribe. Please subscribe, and also join the Discord channel, since we this is the last live stream. So further update will get on the Discord channel only about Fusion 360. So join the channel, the link in the already in the video below. And don't forget to subscribe my channel and keep asking your question, because you just got last 5 minutes if you have any questions. I am waiting for you for more 2 minutes to see if you have any questions or not. Raghavendran is just saying that, sir, we have a low specs PC. Will be able to render it in our PC. So if you have a low specs PC, then I will suggest it to try to do it in the cloud only, because since you had seen that I had submitted one render to the cloud, so I will check and see whether it has done or not. So I just opened that, and yeah, it is also done. So in the cloud also you can see it has not taken my PC configuration, PC power, and still yet it has rendered in the cloud. Here you can see the quality that has. Now if you want to download that image, you can just click on here to download, and if you don't want it to download, if the quality is not good, just click on delete here. So here you can see it also has been completed here. So uh, yeah, if you don't have a very strong PC, I will recommend you to render in the cloud only if you had the credit left, because I told you that whatever the rendering you are doing, that takes lots of consuming processing power that is done on the Fusion Autodesk server. So they charge for that, but for the student license or hobbyist license, they are giving away some free credits. So if you are having some free credits, then it's okay. Otherwise, you have to use your PC. Then Gaurav is Gopal is saying that it's already more than enough to start things. Then Vishnu is saying that can you explain the certification process, please? Yeah, the certification process is very simple, Vishnu. What you have to do is you just go to my website. I will show you. You just have to go to my website here. Here you can see this is my website. You just go to my website, and inside the events option here, I already had given this Film 360 workshop event. Here you will find the get your certification option here, and if you click on this form, you will get a Google form where you have to submit your information, and only those people who will submit the information here will get the certificate. So I will send the certificate all to all of you by day after tomorrow. So don't forget to put your email here, and just put your right email, so you will be able to get the certification. Okay, any more questions? Okay. I think you guys don't have a question. So thank you so much, guys, for attending this webinar. And I can't say more thank you to you, because you will not believe that almost 1,000 people had uh, got impression of this workshop. So I will just share on my profiles. I will just go into that workshop. So how much people had shown interest into this workshop, and how many of you had attended. So here you can see, if you see it here, the total attendees was 478. So it was a huge response from you, and I am really happy that I got so much response from you guys. And I still believe that people are still here that wants to learn and explore new skills. So I'm really thankful for you. And you can see the total impression was around 1200. So that is a very good number for any kind of event. And so I'm really thankful for you, all of you guys again. And so just go and subscribe to my channel, and in the near future, if I'm doing any more live streams or any kind of workshops, so definitely I'm going to invite all of you, since I have the email of all of you person who has just registered shown interest for this workshop. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much again. So if you have any questions, just put on the comment box. Otherwise, we will be finishing up this session. So I can see that uh, Raghavendran is asking, sir, is there any simulation in Fusion 360? Yes, definitely there is simulation in Fusion 360 that I had not discussed in this class. But yeah, if you go to this simulation workspace here you can see we got all kind of simulation tools here. Like we'll able to create different kind of studies, like stress analysis, thermal analysis, shape optimization, and we also have a generative design option here that is not active for the free members. It is only for the paid members who are the paid users of Fusion 360. So yeah, but we had not discussed these workspaces, because these are really advanced workspaces, and we need first we have to understand how we can create basic models, assemblies, and the things in Fusion 360. Once we are ready with that, we can start exploring the simulation and the manufacture workspace. Okay. I think now we can wrap up this session. Thank you so much, guys, for joining this session and supporting me for the all the 5 days. I really appreciate your time and efforts. Thank you so much. And all the recordings will be on YouTube, so anytime you can just go and explore the things. Thank you so much again, guys. Have a good day. Keep your family safe. Keep yourself safe. And good luck. Good luck for your future. Thank you. Thank you, guys.